Hey guys, what's up? This is kaozbender here again for yet another video, and welcome to a Mario Kart 8 Wi-Fi tips for online races and stuff. Obviously, it's going to be about that. So, as you guys remember, in my previous videos, I said that this is going to be completely unscripted, as kind of the difference between this series and my Mario Kart 7 in-depth. The reason for that is because for these first three initial videos, I want to have a little bit more flexible commentary, and I don't really want to be reading off of a script because I kind of want to give you my ideas as I think about them, and that is going to be very fun. Second thing that I have to say is that, like I said on my 3-star guide, some of these tips are actually based on my Mario Kart 7 series, in which, I also gave some tips for Wi-Fi. Some things change, however, there are a couple of things which are either the same, but are still very, very relevant to this game, or others that have, just slight fixes and all that stuff, and there are a couple of new ones, obviously. Alright, so let's begin. The first tip that I have to give to you guys for when you enter Wi-Fi races, get some stars for your profile. This is going to help you a lot, not only to, give you experience for, just for everything regarding the tracks. This is also going to give you a lot of coins if you do get, like 1, 2, or 3 stars, or if you just race and get some coins, because that is going to be giving you unlocks for, for you to go online. Because the things that you start the game with are not the best things to do in online, so I do recommend to get some stars, not only for the experience but also for the coins that are going to help you unlock some of the best things that you can actually get in the game. They are not unlocked on a certain order, you get them randomly, and it is actually very good. So if you get the best things, you don't really need to race anymore, but still I would recommend to do it for the experience of it. Tip number 2 is actually focus on a very specific kart stat. Now, this I mentioned in my Mario Kart 7 series. I said that I like to balance things out between speed and acceleration. Now, in Mario Kart 8 especially, this is not the case. What you want to do is focus on either full speed or full acceleration as well. However, I do have a very, very kind of strong feeling that, well, it's not actually a feeling, it's actually a fact, that karts with a maximum speed are actually the superior thing right now. Even though the sports bikes and the bikes are very good, very good in like turns and stuff, karts with specific stats, like maximum stats in speed, are actually very, very prominent right now. Those are the things that people use for world records on time trials, and I do recommend you get used to a kart with maximum speed. It is going to be giving you a lot of advantage from other people, and it is going to be very useful. Now, obviously, if you are a fan of acceleration and handling, such as myself in previous games, obviously go ahead and do it if you want to. If you want to do it, but if you see that you are getting owned by full speed, definitely go ahead and try out some of the kart combinations that I'm going to be having up on my next video, which is about kart builds. Number 3 is get a good connection. Now, on the Wii U, the connection is very good, and on my Ethernet cable, the connection is very, very good for everything that has to do with internet on my Wi-Fi. Now, you guys know that I have been complaining about this for a while, that my Mario Kart 8 online experience is not the best right now because of Nintendo's service, and it is their fault. It's not mine, because I already did everything that I could. But you want to get either very close to your router, or do get an adapter which is going to give you connection through an Ethernet cable, and that is going to make your life so much better, because the less lag you have, it is going to obviously be the better. Number 4, this is a specific thing for this, and I just want to say that right now it is a glitch. I'm not really sure when Nintendo is going to fix it. If you are watching this on, like me, if you're watching this on a computer, and if you see an annotation on the screen right now, it means that this is fixed, and this point is actually now irrelevant. Now, when you go into a lobby and when everyone votes, like, let's just say that you have 12 people, and if someone leaves, you have to leave as well, otherwise you're going to lose so much time. There is a glitch that if there are 12 people in the room, they start voting, and if someone leaves, the game is going to think that it still needs 12 votes in order to go on with the race. and if that one person leaves, the game is going to glitch out and say, okay, I only have 11 votes, this is not computing well, so okay, fuck you guys. So it is going to kick you out of the lobby, and then it's going to take a good 2 minutes out of your time, and it is so annoying. So if someone leaves, leave as well. I don't care, do it. It is going to save a lot of time. Number 5 is another returning tip for Mario Kart 7. Don't be intimidated by people with high VR or 3 stars, which we don't have right now, to display either next to your name or in the lobby. But don't be intimidated at all. I am a very, very good Mario Kart player, and there are a lot of times in which, because of items or because I legitimately do bad in the track, I end up in 8th, 9th place, 10th. I've even ended up in 12th place a couple of times. So don't be intimidated. Just race, and actually racing with people of higher VR and more stats is actually going to give you a lot of experience, because the better people are which you race with, the better you are going to get yourself without noticing. So that is a very good tip that I have to give you guys. Tip number 6 is always vote for random. This I already mentioned. If you have, especially if you have like at least 1 star on your profile, always go for random, because it means that you are, very good with all of the tracks, and if someone chooses a specific track, they either want to race there or they are very good, and you are taking that opportunity away from them to the point that they could potentially do bad in another race. I'm not really sure, but I do always go for random. It is a tip that I do want to give you guys, but if you want to race on, your favorite track, don't hesitate on doing it. It is just a personal tip. Number 7 is never stay behind, another returning point. And this is especially strong in this one because it is very, very difficult to come back, especially right now with a very, very bad item distribution in the online service. If you are like and by the way, this has happened to me, I'm not just speculating. If you are like in 10th place, there are times in which you're gonna get either like a mushroom, red shell, and it's not like Mario Kart 7, in which if you are like in 8th place or 7th, you get either like bullet bill, lightning, star. No, because of the glitch, there is a very, very slim chance to come back if you stay behind. So don't don't stay behind because, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a good item, because it is very difficult to come back after you drop all the way down. All right, now number 8 is item holding, and this this I mentioned on the 3-star guide. Now that we can only have 1 item in our inventory, it is actually a little bit, it is a lot more strategical actually, because you have to keep that item, and you really, really, really want to keep it like very defensively. Don't use them on like for example, if you're on 1st place, don't throw it behind, especially if you are going to get another item box, because there is a small possibility that you are going to be getting a coin, which is obviously not very good, right? And yeah, just keep your items all the way until they are depleted. And if you are in 8th place and like doing very bad, just use them a lot, because that is going to help you get back into the game. Another tip is go for crashes. Just always go for crashes, especially in zero gravity, because that is going to give you an advantage. Now, this is obviously a double-edged sword in which you get the boost, but the person that you crash against is also going to be getting a boost. So just keep an eye out for that. Make sure to learn when it is effective and when it is not. And the last tip that I have to give you is that you want to rotate rooms every now and then, because there are some times in which you are going to be getting into rooms that I like to call free VR rooms. Now, this is especially noticeable in low VR, realm, whatever you want to call it, because I was in this one room in which I got 1st place like 8 times in a row, and then I got disconnected, which was a shame. But if you are not doing too hot in a room, you want to rotate every now and then. Just leave and then return, so you can get into another room with people that you haven't raced against, and you could potentially get into these free VR rooms, which is going to have a lot of bad players, and you can climb up the VR charts very quick. So those are the tips that I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed them. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So make sure to check out the following videos if you have any other Mario Kart 8 like doubts and stuff, and that is going to be great. So Click here if you want to check out the 3-star guide that I did yesterday. It is a very good guide. Well, very good in my opinion, obviously. You're gonna get to learn how to get the 3 stars on your profile, you know, some tips and all that good stuff. Second link right here on your screen is the cart build. Now, like I said in my previous video, this is not going to go too in depth because I already have my, you know, the video in which I explain all of the stats, the video in which I compare all 4 types of carts, and that is just going to be giving you my opinion on what I think are very, very good cart combinations. Last but not least, click here to go to the track menu if you are ready to hit the tracks. So that is going to get you to the tracks that you want to learn about, which are going to be uploaded on Nimbus. So with that, you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself, and until